screen all over it, got confused.
Here it goes.
You are the worst producer I've ever met.
We could always do the intro over. I'm just going to put that out there.
Do it over.
Yeah. No, you're not using it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Comedy Cove Presents What's Happening? What are we talking about? The week's
Lots of editing tonight.
I'm your host, Johnny Hollywood. Whenever he does.
Welcome to the show, folks. This is Comedy Cove Presents What's Happening. I'm Johnny Hollywood, your host. We have a really great show in store for you this evening. We have a great guest tonight. We have our co-host. This is what happens when Cupid grows up, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Mr. Gene Nagel. Standing next to Gene is our illustrious boy wonder, a man who is so bright we are all required to wear sunscreen in his presence. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Crescenzo.
Yay!
And our special guest this evening, right out of New York State, he came down at a special request. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dave Saitzyk. Yeah!
We sent the car for him, didn't we?
We sent the car. That's right. We sent Gary, the limo driver. So, guys, this is Comedy Cove Presents What's Happening, a weekly show where we talk about things that are happening. This week we have a great guest, and we're going to talk about his life and trials. And he's a comedian who's done some really great things. He's a regular at Levity Live. We're going to talk to Dave, and we got some really cool stories. Anthony, what's the first story?
Well, I actually love the fact, before we even start talking about the story, that you did not mention that Dave is the only person on this panel right now who's also SAG-AFTRA.
Really?
Not just eligible, he's also
Wait a
SAG
minute.
member.
We got to pay him?
Yeah.
We got to pay him tonight.
Well, it's $150 for the first 8 hours.
I
So,
see.
yeah, I'll go now.
Okay, all right. So we haven't hit 8 hours yet, but we could. We never know.
Well, with the music.
Unbelievable. So,
All right, so we're going to start going into. I was going to do this other story first, but let's go right into since you had a lot of technical difficulties beforehand, and I can't speak properly.
yes.
What was that?
What are we going to
Second language.
ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we're all over 35 and we're experiencing testicle difficulties.
You sound like a Decepticon, like mid-transformation. It was like...
The first thing we're going to talk about tonight is the fight between Apple and the United States government.
Oh my God.
Apple refuses to give the encryption codes to the United States government in order to open up one cell phone. Okay, granted,
belongs to a terrorist.
It was over a mass murder, and I understand that. But even Google got Apple's back in saying that no. This is a privacy policy. This is how we make our money. We make it on making sure that security measures are taken to protect people who are paying like $800 for a cell phone.
Right.
Plus the monthly charges, and Apple's a big company where it's not just you're paying for a phone, because you're paying for a phone, you're paying for specific services, not just AT&T Verizon. It's using Apple Care, going down to the Apple Store and talking to an Apple genius.
Yep.
All these little things are in there to be able to spend $800 a month. So here's
well, Gene, that's if your daughter's using the phone.
What he's saying is this is a huge issue. This is a crack in the door. I mean, this is it.
Right.
I mean, it could be one phone, it could be 100 phones. It doesn't matter. This is it.
Right. Well, what they want to do is this. They want Apple to create a one-time operating system so that they can update the phone with the new operating system and then access all the information. And Apple basically said, if we do that, we're creating an enormous backdoor, and that would cause issues for everyone. So they're saying no, and they want to get a judge to force them, to compel them to create this backdoor.
It's going to get knocked down.
Well, that's the thing. They've already had that done.
So, yeah.
Now a lot of
the government actually already told Apple they have to do this. It's already like they already went into the court case. They're
going to tell the most, I guess, liquid, most expensive, or what is it? The software or
the largest software conglomerate
in the world, technology. They're going to tell them they're going to stonewall them forever. They're going to drown them in paperwork. They'll never get done.
Right.
Yeah, how about that? How about
That's just the police work.
right?
I mean, I'm not putting them down, but You have a huge issue here, privacy issue.
Well, they can use brute force to do it, but it would apparently take them 7,200 years to crack this phone.
Is that good?
Yeah, well, it's actually for people who have things to hide on their cell phones, absolutely.
Which is amazing because most people that have smartphones already have a cracked screen, so it shouldn't really be that hard to get into the phone.
Well, here's the thing. It's actually really funny.
Thank you. I come up with it.
I like that.
Blind squirrel catches it.
Here's the thing. Did you say a blind girl?
She catches nuts more often than she means to.
Yes, it's a thing. So anyway, here's the deal with the phones. If you try to crack this code, the first time you get 3 chances. After you blow your first 3 chances, you have to wait 5 minutes to try again. If you blow it after the next chance after 5 minutes, it's an hour. If after you blow it after an hour, it's 6 hours. And then it's 12 hours, and then it's 24 hours before you can do it, which is amazing. This is great.
Some 12-year-old wrote that program.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
Beijing.
He was a starving Chinese 10-year-old who did this with no food.
Writing.
Yeah, you not eat it till you fix a computer. Wow, that was racist.
All day, every day.
Type.
Sorry, I don't know where that came from.
So here's the argument. The argument is this: if people have nothing, if we're all upright citizens and we have nothing to hide, we should have no fear of government intrusion into our cell phones. But Gene, you've seen my phone.
Yes.
Now, there's nothing personal in there.
No.
Well,
My
yes, it does, but it's
I am-
other people's personal
Yes,
stuff.
I don't have. Yeah, no, it's not.
Yes,
No,
right.
well, you might learn a lot about me by looking at what I have on my phone, but there's nothing actually personal in it. Nothing personal in it.
Oh, really?
As opposed to
Your wife's
Anthony
photos on
with his you have photos perhaps in your phone that
I have pictures of the kids. I don't have any dirty pictures.
not anymore.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Dave,
Anymore.
anything personal that you wouldn't want someone to see on your phone?
I would like to take a cue from Martin Shkreli and just take the fifth right now.
Yeah.
There is some dirty shit on my. Some dirty content on my phone. I'll just say that.
Okay.
So, Dave, when did you stop beating your wife?
It's right around the time that she was no longer my wife. I think she was deceased.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I played the fifth.
Well, Gene, you anything on your phone?
You can have it.
Well, I'm sure well, here's the other thing.
See,
I
everything
do
that was
have
my phone
banking
is-
information on my phone that would be
That's
an
the bigger
issue.
issue. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the much larger issue.
Passwords and stuff.
Passwords, things like that would be a problem if someone got a hold of. I have that on there. As far as embarrassing or incriminating, I really don't have anything embarrassing or incriminating on there.
Why would you have incriminating information on a cell phone?
Because he does.
Well, that's the point that they're making. Why does the government need access to this guy's phone so badly? What incriminating incriminating information does he have? So,
Well, how old is he? Because that might actually.
well, he's a terrorist. He's the guy. And here's the crazy part: they actually had the ability to access all this guy's stuff if they had only implemented the employer's features. Like you can actually limit everything on that phone. If it's not your personal phone, this was a work phone.
Okay.
You can limit it. You can limit what apps go on it, and it only takes 4 clicks to do it. So if it's a work phone, you're limited to area codes you can call, who you can text message, who you can add to your contact list, and it was all really simple. But San Bernardino couldn't do that. They couldn't get it together. So basically, the government is SOL because they were MIA when it came to important stuff. Hey, do you see what I
Now
did
they're
there?
SOL.
Yes, they are. So
What exactly did he work for the county? Or
yeah, he worked
Tom
for the
San
county.
Bernardino?
Yeah, that was the guy that went into San Bernardino with his girlfriend and
Yeah, yeah.
shot up the place. So
How did they not implement things where they could safeguard themselves to be able to access his information at any time?
They
It
didn't.
should be something where they give him a phone and it's already been cracked and linked to our
Yeah,
servers.
right.
So whatever you do is traceable.
Right.
Be
No.
called the town business administrator.
Right.
yeah,
Somebody's uncle.
somebody's on the hook over there.
Here's another thing. Didn't he also kill himself?
I'm not sure. No, they were.
No, they shot him.
They shot him.
Well, he's already dead. So what difference does it make at this
They wanna see
point?
what he's
Just
tied to.
let the yeah, but in all honesty, it doesn't even matter what he's tied to because they're still going to go after him. Not him particularly, but they're still going to go after that organization anyway. A little later on,
Right.
if nothing else.
But you know what's amazing?
What?
We're talking about the phone, and this great debate about privacy. The old days, they go right down to the phone company, say, "I need the records for this phone number," and they go, "Here you go."
Right. Well, they've done that in the past. The problem with this phone is that the encryption on the new iPhone S is really intense. And there's a fingerprint, there's a passcode. You can get up to a 9-numbered passcode, which just take a million years to break. You can't do it. You can't. So the problem is
Use the fingerprint?
well, I use my fingerprint, sure.
You don't have to do it, right?
No, you don't have to, but you can. See? So fingerprint. But the thing is, if the phone was on, all they would have had to do was take the dead guy's thumb and stick it on the phone. But apparently somebody either let the battery die
So why don't you just?
or they shut it off. What?
So then why don't you just recharge the battery, turn it on, cut his thumb off?
Because here's the thing with an iPhone, once you shut it off, you actually have to use the passcode before you can re-enable the fingerprint identification.
Wow,
Yeah. Yeah, so
They got this thing covered.
they really
But
do.
they have supercomputers. Why don't they just have a supercomputer? Oh, because you.
7,000 years if it's only a 4-digit passcode, like a million years if it's a 9.
Well, then yeah, that makes sense. But like I said before, the guy's already passed. So just let it go at this point. Because in all honesty, all you're really gonna do. Here's the issue. Every time there's a terrorist attack, all it does is when they have the news story out, when they have everything from the court documents, future terrorists go and read those and figure out how to do something.
Right.
All they're really doing is figure out,
The way around it.
Yeah. How do we do this next time?
Well, I think this sends a clear message to
How do we
anybody
get the Vatican?
anybody that wants to keep secure information. Put it on an iPhone.
Go Apple.
Right.
Keep it on an iPhone because now you were telling us something about John McAfee. He was willing to just force his way into this phone.
He's willing to crack at least the San Bernardino shooter's phone personally, just to make sure that there's no violation of the privacy at large for everybody else who has an iPhone. And the
What
FBI
a
is still
guy.
saying that's not good enough. You will do this with all of your antivirus software, and that's great. You're a great hacker. But we want access to everybody. You don't need that backdoor with everybody. If McAfee will get you the information that you need,
That's fine.
why do you need the backdoor in the iOS? You don't.
You don't. So I guess we.
Because they're trying to create
McAfee?
Just walking up and go, hey, by the way.
But here's the sad part about John McAfee. He has this knowledge, and he's as crazy as they come.
Of course he is.
He moved to what is it? Belize. He moved to Belize, and he's in some sort of conspiratorial land acquisition against the federales, and
With a 16-year-old wife.
yeah, with a 16-year-old wife, and they've accused him of murder. Oh yeah, the federales came, shot his neighbor, said you killed him. He goes, no, I didn't. I watched you shoot him. They're like, no, you did it.
Would they have an argument about a barking dog or something?
Yeah, there was. Yes.
The guy's dead.
And he's dead. Yeah. So he had to flee Belize. Oh, he's a maniac. Look him up. It's great. Wow. Yeah, John McAfee is a maniac. Okay, so we figured out the iPhone story. Just so we're clear, folks, this is a camera that we're testing out today. I want to thank.
Very handsome.
Yes, I want to thank
The town of Springfield actually cracked it already, by the way.
Yes.
It's not Apple.
Yeah, we're right. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this for the cutscenes now. We're going to add that in.
Production
That's
value.
right, production value. So I may look like a Borg right now, but it's okay because this is for the benefit of you and the show.
Now keep in mind, he said he looks like a Borg. He did not call himself a cyborg. So UFC, there's no problems over here.
Oh, yeah.
Dana White, stay
Yeah,
away
yeah.
from him. You're not going to get him under contract. He's
look
not
like-
fighting Ronda Rousey. He's
look-
not trying.
Oh, I'd like
Christian
to.
Santos is really pissed.
I'd like her to pin me though. I would. Rhonda, if you're out there, I'm ready to go.
You like Rondo?
Oh, I'll just roll over for her.
Yeah.
Oh
Wait,
yeah. A short girl with muscle. What are you kidding me?
She's angry though. She's resentful. She hates everybody. If she's in a submissive position at all, she doesn't like people anymore.
She can hate me all she wants.
She's gonna rain elbows down while she's on.
No,
top
no,
of
no,
you.
no,
She's
no,
gonna
no,
hurt
no,
you.
no blows, no blows, no blows. This is judo now. We're gonna roll. We're gonna get down there. We're
You
gonna
wanna grapple,
We're gonna
Rhonda?
grapple.
All right.
Grapple.
Okay.
She's got handles.
I like how there's two things in that story that get us completely messed up. One, no blows coming out of your mouth. That's crazy. Two, the fact that you said I want her to pin me definitely means that you've never watched an MMA fight.
No, I've watched MMA fights.
They don't pin each other.
No, they get them to submit. I will submit to Ronda
You
Rousey.
can submit
she
to
loves
Ronda
putting people in the
Rousey,
arm
She
bars.
can knock you out, but she will never pin you.
Sure, she would. I'll get in the guard position.
That's a
I'll get in the guard
reference.
position.
She loves arm bars.
Uh,
She'll put you right on arm bar. Snap your elbow.
Yeah.
Well,
because she can't throw a kick.
John, you have all this 20
She
seconds.
can.
She can
Not her.
She gets on top and she'll.
Not the last 20 seconds.
But here, that always goes to the story that like even the weakest man could knock out a chick.
What?
Yeah, I think you could knock her out. You're a dude. You've got testosterone. You have manly muscle fibers.
Baseball bat.
Yeah, I think I could knock her out too until we get in the ring and I realize I'm fighting a gold medal judo expert, and then all of a sudden she knocks me out, like in 2 seconds.
Well,
I think
I wake up.
You gotta strike
I
first.
Can kill
Yeah,
Ronda
exactly.
Rousey, but I have to have a gun in order to do it.
Right.
Gene, how many fifth graders do you think it could take before they get you down?
I'm good there.
I would take
king of the fifth grade.
I would take the first fifth grader and start beating the other fifth graders with them.
Just start swinging, like with the cat. You know,
Gene,
the cats.
you had a fighting name back in the day.
I did.
You did. What was that?
I did not know that.
You did. Yeah. It was Gorilla Nagel. Look at the arms on. Look at the reach on this guy. Gorilla Nagel. What's your sleeve length, Gene?
37, I think.
37.
Yeah.
That is a gorilla. That is you
gotta
get
reach.
Yeah, you
Look at the
do.
knuckles. They're all scraped.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, these are the ones you're wearing.
Yeah,
These
like
are not the.
punches.
These are the ones you use when you're walking on your hands. These are the ones you hit people with.
You know a lot about gorillas.
These are the ones you hit people with. These are the ones you walk on.
Well,
Yes.
Hold
It's
on.
Johnny Goodall.
Hold on.
All right,
that
and
said-
that brings us to our first commercial break, folks. We're here at the Comedy Cove in Springfield, inches away from Milburn.
Yeah, actually, literally.
Literally inches away from downtown Milburn. And in return for all of these lights and sounds and tables and roof and all this, we talk about the club a little bit.
Yes, we do.
We do. And I don't see a red light on that fucking camera.
Oh man. See,
Well, we're recording it.
But we do have the audio for right now, and John also has
John,
a
we're
secondary
back up.
camera.
We're
so
good.
Let's
We're back
utilize
up.
that in the meantime. Gene, what's going on at the club this week?
We're back up. This week,
Yes.
first let me say something about last week.
Okay, say something about last week.
Because last week, this past weekend was terrific.
It was.
Yes, Mr. Joey Vega.
Cola.
I said Vega. I'm sorry.
Vega.
Joey Cola
Don't-
was here for the first time here. Actually, it was
Yes.
the first time here. Killed both nights. Chips Coney, who's a regular here a couple of times a year. Great job. And then we had another guy.
Oh, yeah? Who's that?
Yeah. Mr. Johnny Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, that's
And we
right.
had the new persona of Mr. Johnny.
No, it was no persona. I just bought a nice jacket and wore
With
it.
the bow tie. Little
He
hipster,
looked like Willy
little
Wonka.
hipster, little hipster.
Oh, stop it.
Well, when you start throwing out the chocolates,
I didn't throw chocolate.
He looked like Cedric the Entertainer if Cedric the Entertainer bleached his skin
Whoa.
and didn't have the following.
but this week,
Oh. Oh.
but this weekend, Miss Leanne Lord,
Okay.
really a class.
You know,
act.
Gene, you forgot somebody this weekend who made everything possible, who made the flow of the show go so smoothly.
Are you talking about the
Our boy Wonder.
boy Wonder? Yes, he was the room manager.
He ran 100 and how many people was it total? 120?
20 something.
130?
Yeah.
You ran that like smooth as glass, my friend. You did an excellent job. You managed the people, you managed the room, and you didn't eject Pete, but that's okay.
We don't check people.
Not for nothing. I actually
True,
said multiple times that week I should eject people.
Yes.
And everybody's like, no, we don't eject people here. I'm like, oh, whatever.
Well, we don't get that type of rowdy. I'm wrong. Three people in 8 years. 2 on the major shows and 1 on that night that you were.
And I watched you. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, this guy manhandled this guy, picked him up, literally picked him up at 61 years old at that time, right? 61, lifted this guy up like a gorilla, seriously, and just picked and walked right out there and down the stairs with him. And he was a big dude. He was about the same size as him. Oh, it was great.
Well, when he started to go after the guy with the crutches, I said, I got to put a stop to this.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's a little bit deviant.
It's
Like,
true.
that's just too much. It's
Yeah.
like,
He was sitting over there in four top, and he wouldn't shut up the whole show. And this guy turned around and said something, and he just gets berserk. The glasses go flying all over the place. And the guy has his crutches leaning against the wall. I was like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't go after a guy.
you're going to pick a fight with anybody here.
Yeah,
Don't
so-
make it the guy who's got the
Yeah, so I
crutches.
got my gorilla
Like,
strength
come
that
on.
night.
He really did. I was so impressed. At first, though, I didn't know what was happening because I was moving trays, moving them back on the stairs, and all of a sudden I turn around and here's Gene coming through the doorway
Gorilla
with his
Nagel.
other. He's just and it was and he was like a different person. It was beautiful. It was
Green skin. It was really.
it was.
And Epple was up here. Hey, bye.
Oh, Rob Epple was on it. Yeah. It was a fun night. It was a fun night.
Because they heard him over here a couple of times.
It was
It was
insane.
a new talent night, was it?
No, it was a regular show.
Was it a regular show? No,
It was Billy. He would be here for. He wouldn't be here for a new talent night.
Oh, you're right then, yeah.
Yeah, it was, I think, Rob Epple's feature night when he was a feature.
There you go.
Yeah, that was wild. Fun night.
Really?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
So,
I wanna repeat it.
so who do we have this weekend, Gene?
Leanne Lord.
And who else?
We have John Saponaro.
Okay.
And it's great.
Love
He's
John.
very funny.
Real funny guy.
And one of our hometown boys,
Oh,
Mr. Doug Max.
Mr.
He'll be the
Doug
MC.
Max.
One
That's
of our
fun.
graduates from our comedy school.
Cool.
Who's out there working now, doing different places. So
That is a really generous way to put it.
he's out there working different places.
Okay. He's out there. Let's just say that. Let's just say he's out there.
He's very witty.
He's a very witty guy. And are there any special guests this weekend, Gene?
No.
Okay. Enough said. Enough said. All right. Well, this is the time in
Will
our...
be by the end of the week.
There will be, yes. This is the point in the show where we'd like to talk to our guest and find out a little about Dave and his life and his comedy career. Yeah.
I
So,
about acting too. Go ahead.
yeah. So, Dave, how'd you start off in the business?
Comedy, I've been in for about 5 years. Legitimately reached out to another comic who I knew from years before through radio, and he told me to hit up an open mic, and I went. But I started off in show business in general, acting probably about 18 years ago. One of those situations where it was something I always wanted to do, found out through a mutual friend of the family that this is what you do. You get your headshot, you send it out to all these places in the Ross Report and backstage and everything else, and it just kind of grew organically into my own business, my own little garden. All these hand gestures help you understand the cultivation. All this cultivation.
It was, wow, don't cultivate too much. This is a dark tablecloth.
I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back in 5.
Yeah. So, okay, so you started off as an actor.
Yes.
Now,
Acting to music to comedy.
Are you the type of a performer that hides your age? If we asked you how old you were, would we get a legitimate response?
You will get it only because Facebook will provide you with a legitimate age at this point. But
Really?
When you set it up, huh?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I tried to hide the birth year, and it was just like, no, it's already out there. And I have friends who aren't going to be PC about it. They're just going to be like, happy birthday, old man.
Oh.
Like another year or two. So,
Okay.
so
So,
another year or two, I mean like another couple.
okay, so we never hit the number. So how old are you exactly?
I am 37.
37. Now, in comedian years, you have to multiply that by 0.02 to get the actual stage number.
I am 15.
He's 15. He's 15.
Like that now?
In comic years, I think that was you that was feeding back. Try that again.
I'm here?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
So in comic years, you're about 15.
Yeah.
That's
We
good.
don't know any people like that, do we?
Well, according to Facebook, I was born in 1976.
Good for you.
Yes, thank you. It was a good year. It was the bicentennial, in fact. Jimmy Carter was president, and everything was red, white, and blue.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
1976. So
I'm sticking to that.
You're 3 years older than me.
Yeah. As opposed to 3 years younger than your mom. So,
Whoa.
no, that's true.
Oh.
That is true. So,
Well, we ran past something here, though.
what's that?
We went from acting to comedy, but he just slipped in music.
Oh, music.
Yeah.
What'd you do in music?
Hip hop lyrics.
No.
Yeah.
You were a rapper?
No.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing. It wasn't your
way.
typical mainstream hip hop. It was a little bit more intellectual, things that were really like relevant to my life. Things
Like
that I could
common?
like.
So, Rockland County rap is what we're looking at here. Okay.
Rockland County hip hop. Yeah.
Oh, that's gangster.
No,
Not
it
for
was,
nothing. That's making a comeback right now.
Eminem.
No. Tip, what's that guy's name? Kendrell or something like that?
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he-
it was less like what you hear in mainstream. Like you'll never hear what I do on the radio. That type of music will never get mainstream radio play.
Wow.
But for people who look for
That's
something
good.
a little bit different, it's that great. Like you won't even find it in the iTunes store because it's that above everybody else. And I don't have the money, even though iTunes is free. I just don't have the money to register it on iTunes. But it was a little bit more like relevant to my life, my
Well, with this
experiences and
exposure
things
you're
like
getting
that.
here tonight, you might get a producer or somebody like an
I
angel.
actually-
An
I just-
angel will come in and just say, "Hey."
I just got texted like 2 seconds
Right,
ago,
see?
and it was like,
It's
look,
happening.
bang.
Damn, it's happening.
It happened.
It's happening.
It happened.
Wow.
Sign as soon as I leave here tonight. Thank you so much.
Oh, there you go.
Did it. We did it.
What's your primary income now? Your comedy or acting?
Comedy, yeah.
Comedy. And now, last I saw you, you were an integral part at Levity Live,
Yes.
and you're still up there.
Yeah, still producing at Levity Live, yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. So what exactly do you do as a producer at Levity Live?
You produce.
I produce a monthly show called Mic'd Up. It's kind of like a feature show for a lot of the up-and-coming talent. Some of it's in Rockland County, some of it's in Westchester, some of it in the city. A little bit of everything. So that's the main thing I produce. I also host the open mic there. I've done a couple things with them in terms of booking for Axis, Gotham Comedy Live at Axis. They started doing some of the audition shows at Levity, so I started helping them scout for the talent that they were looking for the audition showcases.
Cool.
And a little bit of everything, yeah.
Nice.
Very nice to me, Larry.
They're really good.
They are good people
2
up
weeks
there.
ago,
It's
I
fun.
won 4 tickets to see Rodney Laney.
It's awesome.
If I had him here.
After you had him here.
He was there on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I had him here Friday, Saturday.
Nice. That's cool.
It was a phone call I got, actually. They left a phone message. You won 4 tickets to Rodney. I said,
That's
"Oh,
great.
Yeah, I've gotten those phone calls
guy.
Yeah, I
too.
love Rodney.
I got the
He-
Jim Jeffries call.
He recorded his CD here.
Did he really? Yeah, special?
We did 3 shows. Friday was a warm-up for everything, and then 2 shows on Saturday taped.
That's great.
Yeah.
Rodney's a good guy.
Yeah,
really good guy.
We've arrived.
Yes. Made it.
So, all right. So you're up at Levity. You're producing. And are you feature? What do you do? Are you feature level now? Headlining? Where do you?
Feature primarily. I've headlined a couple, decent couple shows at this point, but I like to consider myself more of a feature.
Cool.
I think that's more in my wheelhouse. Is
An honest
feature
comic.
level. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, listen, if we want the bravado, no, I'm a headliner. I headline coast to
I'm in the
coast.
business
Yeah.
for 8 months.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've been doing this
understand.
for 2 years. I've been on stage a grand total of 27 times, and
I got a polished 12, but I can actually do 2.5 hours if you want me to feature for Russell Peters.
But we have this school, right? So some of them have been out there a little bit, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I love to sit. I always sit over here at that table for the first night because I want to see what they say. And they go, and Chip will say to him, "So what do you think? We're going to work on a polished 6 minutes?" And I go, "Well, that's easy. What do you got?" "Oh, I got about an hour and a half."
I love that question to a new comic.
You don't understand.
And then when they start breaking the jokes down and the delivery and everything else, I go, "Oh, sure, maybe I don't have an hour and a half."
What was really funny about that is that was one of the things that got me really upset early on. I was with Anthony, and we were at Dragonfly, and there was this brand new female comic, first time on stage, and Anthony asks her, "How much time can you do?" And she goes, "Oh, I got about an hour."
This is Dragonfly in Lyndhurst?
And
Rutherford?
yeah. He goes, "Oh, I got about an hour." "Oh, that's good. That's nice.
Yeah.
You got an hour."
So I'm going to expect you to do the other 52 minutes after your opening tank.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know who.
But they,
I don't remember that.
They get in that groove though, where they're recognizing it.
Made
they
me
go,
angry.
They don't.
Yeah.
And so then you watch the progression to the final 6.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's really something.
And it's funny now because if somebody told me to do 6, it'd be hard to put the genie back in the bottle to get it back to 6.
But if you wanted to go on Letterman or something, I'm dating.
Yeah, it's true. I was just watching,
You got to do 6.
You got to
Right.
really truncate everything you do into a solid
I was
4-6.
just watching Joey Cola when he did not Fallon. Was it Fallon? Yeah.
Yeah, he did Fallon.
When he did Fallon, and it was only like 6 minutes.
Yeah, that's it.
So
That's all you get.
Yeah. So Dave, how would you
put that genie back in the bottle, buddy?
how would you describe your act?
Some impressions, mostly impressions. That seems to be like my strong suit, and a little bit of like relevant things to my life. Again, like jokes that I can draw parallels to, like being single. It's kind of like everybody can relate to a single person. Like everybody's been single at one point or another, and most people have been single. Typically, the married ratio says that everybody's been single 50% of the time at one point or another. If that makes any sense, we're going to do a bunch of abstract math out that doesn't make any sense.
At Gene's, he's been married how long? 28 years.
28.
And you were, and before this one,
About 9.
9. And you're how old now? 60 something.
48.
48. In comedy years. Comedy years. So you've been married about half your life.
That's crazy.
The numbers work.
I've been married yet.
No.
I'm still doing my thing. It's great.
You're still out there?
I'm still out there.
So you've been
all this is still single.
That phone will be ringing again.
So 60. So actually, you're closer to
I think it might
100%.
go off by now. It's not ringing.
Put it on.
Yeah, I should.
You're not getting any younger.
You're closer to 100% single, my friend. That's
indeed.
and to be your
Close
age,
to 100%.
he's close to 100% single.
100%.
Like close to 100%. It means closer to over 100% single. I'm like 150% single right now.
And at your age, that is quite an accomplishment, my friend.
is.
That is, you have escaped the devil.
Riding the wave. I don't ever want to get off. I'm like on this incredible wake right now. Like if I lived in Florida, or actually Florida, no, California,
There you go,
Hawaii.
baby.
It's
Hawaii.
like I'm grooving right now. I got
North
this.
Shore.
Yeah, North Shore. I
Yeah.
got this sick funnel right now. I'm dead center.
He's
and I'm gonna
beating
ride
the
it forever.
odds. He is beating the odds.
Forever.
God bless him.
That's not all I'm beating.
Well,
That's how you stay single.
yeah.
You don't even bother looking for anybody at certain points. You're just like, you know what? I'm okay.
Really, I could go on a date, but
Why bother?
These forearms are getting really strong.
Yeah. You see this hand? I can crush coal into diamonds. This is my retirement plan right here. Diamonds.
I know
It's
she
a
wants to go
callback
on
to
a.
the claw.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's
I know she wants to go on a second date, but man, I really want to fart in this bed tonight.
I'm gonna have carpal tunnel in another 2.5 years. I'm just gonna put that out there.
weeks. It's
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah. By years, I mean weeks.
That's right. Okay,
That's
so
a good bit.
That's your comedy age.
No, it's like Woody Allen said: "Don't knock masturbation as sex with somebody I love."
that's right. So, Dave, who were your comic influences, my friend?
Biggest comic influences when I was growing up were Dice. Loved Jim Carrey. The second Jim Carrey came onto the scene. Big Jim Carrey fan. Loved Rodney Dangerfield. Eddie Murphy, Raw and Delirious were probably the two most influential stand-up specials I saw when I was younger. Yeah, it's a decent mix of everything, like a little bit of everybody. Jim Carrey was very influential with the impressions. Like, he was incredibly influential with that.
Cool.
But everybody else, in terms of their overall persona on stage, yeah, it was a decent mix of everybody else.
Good deal. Good
What's the
deal.
guy's name that did the impressions all the time on Carson years back? He always did Nick.
Richard
Little?
Richard Little.
Yeah.
Rich Little,
I was just
yeah.
when he said that, I was thinking, there's a whole generational jump here, right?
There's a guy who almost hosted the Tonight Show.
Rich Little.
An impressionist?
Rich Little, and Joan Rivers.
that.
Rich Little, Joan Rivers, and Leno were like the three substitute hosts.
Well,
Yeah.
She used to do it every Monday, every Friday or every Monday.
Right.
She was a regular.
And how she didn't land that fish, I'll never know. But that's that whole story between Letterman and Johnny Carson.
I mean, I don't.
Before
see,
Leno took over.
I always thought Letterman was the absolute perfect follow.
He was great.
Steve Allen?
No, Steve. Jack Paul.
Wow. Because I know Gene goes back that far. That's why I
Think
said
of it, he just threw the show away, Jack Paul. Just put the microphone down and said, "I'm out of here." And look where that franchise went. My God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's very awesome. Now, here's the $50,000 question. Got to lead into the next. See, this is called a segue. Who do you like in the election roundup?
Oh boy, that's a tough one. I will put it this way. I am a more conservative voter typically.
Cool.
So I will say that I happen to like Marco Rubio a lot. I do like Trump in the sense that you don't know really where he stands on any, because everybody talks a great game when they're campaigning. Everybody says everything that their voters want to hear when they're campaigning.
Except for Trump.
Except for Trump. Trump is willing to pull out the guns and shoot everybody in the room. Like, there's something about the guy who doesn't have an issue with brandishing a weapon and killing everybody in the room to make his point. I like that. But I will say this, that if Michael Bloomberg ends up running on the independent ticket,
Oh boy.
that is a major, major wild card.
Oh, it's going to kill Hillary.
It's going to destroy Hillary.
Destroy Hillary,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he is more
Yeah.
left-leaning
Yeah.
than right-leaning. But I think at the end, it's going to come down to really a question of the votes between Trump and Bloomberg. And I
If
think
he runs.
if Bloomberg runs.
And what does he have until like March 20th or
Something like that, yeah. And he said that if Trump gets the Republican nomination, that he will run.
Well,
and
we don't know
Trump,
that yet, but it's
Wow.
Super
Trump
Tuesday.
ran away with
It's
the
gonna
last
happen,
two.
Yeah, it happened Super Tuesday. It's
Yeah.
over. Game's over there.
I think it's going to be a great election.
Jeb's out.
Wow.
The anointed king.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody said, who's going to run against this guy? Who's going to run against this guy?
That's the funniest thing I've
He had
ever heard.
$180 million. Everybody said he's the man. The whole Republican organization was behind him.
Everybody
And
thought Jeb had
He
it.
did nothing.
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 He did nothing.
And he comes from, I mean, there's two Bushes that were
Yeah.
previous
Yeah,
presidents.
and he didn't
How
even
could you
use
not rise?
He didn't even use the Bush name.
He
It was
didn't.
Jeb.
He tried to separate
Jeb,
himself.
Yes. And he didn't ask for W's help. Nothing.
Nothing.
No, he did at the end.
At the end.
Yeah. All of a
Well,
sudden it was like,
desperation.
Mommy,
Pull that
talk
out.
for me.
Pull that out. Yeah, but make him do it, Ma.
Mom,
Yeah. So,
tell
I
them
got an
Daddy
email.
used to be here.
Do you want to have dinner with 41? Right? I said, yeah. And I think I'd love to have dinner with him.
how much?
No, it was a contest. It was. They were grabbing names.
Okay.
Jeb. So all of a sudden I get the contribute. But I got this desperation. I mean, it's like, did this guy have $180 million? We're just getting to New Hampshire? What the hell did he do?
How funny.
Gene, please come eat lobster,
We're
Gene.
in one of the last days and we need, if it's $1, we'll take $1. I'm like,
Jeb, we got Gene Nagel coming.
The Gorilla Nagel.
Gene Nagel's coming.
Gorilla nigga with his dollar.
Wow.
For you, Jeb.
He's gonna throw a fundraiser
Do a
for you
fishbowl?
at a comedy club.
Now, Dave, Gene, what do you think about Hillary locking up the Democratic nomination with the superdelegates.
I don't think that's over. I really don't think that's over. I think there's enough wild cards out there. I think there's something's going to drop somewhere around May, June. They got a lot of green till you get to the convention. Some scandal's going to come out. Something's going to come out. And don't discount Bernie, because Bernie's going to get that groundswell of young people, and they're going to be pissed.
Okay,
something could happen.
But
we had
here's
broker conventions of the Republican Party, so right.
But as it stands right now, Hillary Clinton has 247 avowed superdelegates in her camp. And the superdelegates will supersede the regular delegates. Now, how can Bernie pull that out if he gets the populists behind him?
Jimmy Carter pull out Ted Kennedy? I mean, that was, nobody could even believe that one. I mean, this is my Super Bowl, this stuff, you know? I even forgot who played the Super Bowl.
Explain to us the superdelegates. No, because people are watching.
You're better at that than I am.
Well, basically, the idea behind the superdelegates is each state has an allocation of superdelegates whose votes are not based on the popular vote. It's almost like the Electoral College, but it's within the Democratic primary process. So even if Bernie got the popular vote in Iowa, which he did, he still lost because he didn't have the superdelegates. So Hillary still got all the backing of Iowa. Now that goes from state to state to state until the one candidate has the majority of the delegates.
And I do think that works, but I do think that...
How is that fair?
How does that even make sense in the voting process?
It doesn't. What it does is
popular and lose the Electoral College.
What it does is it keeps the Democratic Party inside. It doesn't allow for a runaway candidate like Trump to be able to become the nominee. They've got it controlled to that degree. Now, if Bernie suddenly comes up with a wheelbarrow full of cash and delivers it to each delegate's door, he might get them, but that's what it's going to take.
I don't think so. I think it's just a groundswell, just like Carter. He can tumble this whole thing around. Who the heck would have thought Jimmy Carter could bring Ted Kennedy?
Right, the Kennedys. I mean, how do you beat the Kennedys?
How do you beat him?
What?
I'm still trying to understand. Like, then what's the point of going out and voting?
Well, it's the smoke and mirrors of the Democratic Party, my friend.
We all contribute at the end of the day, don't you know?
So let me get this straight. The whole no taxation without representation does not apply to the Democratic Party.
No, and that's the hypocrisy of the Democrats. They pay for your vote by giving you free stuff. They promise you free stuff.
Free phones.
Free phones, welfare, Planned Parenthood, food stamps. That's all on the Democratic side of things.
And can't even delineate what people are mad about in Planned Parenthood.
Right.
You know, they lump it, women's health issue. No, it's not. That's the abortion issue, which they've carried now for like 35 years and made it the pinnacle of every one of these campaigns.
Right.
They just, it's
bigger than just one cut and dry issue. It's you can't blanket it all together. It's not fair.
And the Democratic machine is insidious because the amount of people they have voting for them is never enough. Even if they have the majority vote, it's never enough. They want to keep bringing people into the country. Obama right now has got a proposal, and I forget who it's in front of. He's proposing that people who are just residents in the United States now get a chance to vote. You don't even have to be a citizen. And to show you how crazy that is, if you're a felon, you lose your right to vote. But if you just get over the border and establish residency, he wants to give you the right to vote in this country.
You should have to actually become a citizen to vote anywhere. But on the same note, the idea that one person carries so if all of us voted one way,
right?
But
the super delegate
decided no.
Yeah, that would be like we all decided how we're going to run the room, and L'Oreal walks in and says no. It gets done the way L'Oreal wants it done. That's exactly what it is.
How is that legal?
It's legal because the Democratic Party is not.
It's a party.
It's a party. It's not a governmental thing. See, we confused the Federal Reserve, the Democratic Party, and the Republican Party with being instruments of the government. They're not.
None of them are.
They're
not a single one of them.
Neither is supposed to.
Not anymore. Used to be.
Many years ago.
Once they privatized that, it was all over.
So then why?
Well, you know why?
So who are we voting for then? If because Yeah, I'm still a Democrat.
Well, look, you see now, if you wanted to, you could create the Anthony Party. If you had enough money and enough people behind you in every state, we could create the Anthony Party, and you could present an actual opposition to the Democrats and the Republicans.
It's our
How much money
candidate.
do I need to start up a party?
You don't need any money. People have to give you the money. That's the other part of it. They cannot be a profit-generating enterprise. It all has to be donations.
You need enough money to buy
It's a nonprofit.
keg and at least some beer pong cups.
There you go.
And then you can start
And you
your
could
own
start.
party.
You could.
I'm
Do
thinking
it.
go
Legitimately.
Yeah, you can GoFundMe.
Yeah.
These days, it's that simple.
Yeah, go fund me.
If you could
I
present.
get shut down by GoFundMe, but what's the other one? Shoot, there's another website that's exactly like GoFundMe. But Kickstarter. I could Kickstarter it.
Yes.
There you go.
And that would be a more
'Cause
appropriate
GoFundMe
place.
is more disaster relief type
Yeah.
of stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So you could go Libertarian, Independent, or Democrat or
Anthony Party.
Republican, or the Anthony Party. And all you have to be
That
is
sounds
old
like
enough
a
to
tea party,
run.
'cause I still don't understand what that's about.
You can start the Flying Crescenzo Party. If you
Yeah.
want.
Oh,
And
that'd
I
be
think
awesome.
That's a really
That
good name
is
for a
catchy.
party, right?
That is
The
catchy.
Flying Crescenzo Party.
Can you imagine how cool that would be
Crescenzo.
on
What
Fox
party do you
News?
associate with Flying Crescenzo.
Ladies and
You
gentlemen,
know why I would get a lot of votes on that?
Flying
Because
Crescenzo.
everybody would associate with the Flying Graysons, and I
Right.
would get all the DC Comics
I'm
voters.
all about it. I'll sign on.
Wait a minute. I can actually vote for the Flying Crescenzo Party? I'm in. That's it. I'm in.
All you gotta do is put a couple infomercials on at like 3 o'clock in the morning and get like the pothead like populace that's sitting there watching TV late at night and just say the Flying Crescenzo Party wants to legalize marijuana, and they'll be like, I'll vote for him. That's
I'd
my
watch
guy.
C-SPAN.
Even though marijuana is legalized
And-
in most states.
in most states.
It's not legalized in most states.
Well, for medical, medicinal.
2 states.
Yeah, full decriminalization.
Here's the problem. Here's the thing, Anthony. You ever watch C-SPAN and you see the R and then the D and then the I, right? So you have the registered Republican senators and congressmen, then you have the registered Democrats, and then you have the registered independents, right? And then they would have to put the FC. RFC. The Flying Crescenzo, but the FCs.
Every other country except
And
for America.
RFC, they'll be like, is that the Romanian football club?
The
I'll vote.
FCs. And they would never, ever call you the Flying Crescenzo Party. It would always be the FC Party, because they do that in England, right? They have the different parties. Yeah. You would be the FC Party. They would just abbreviate it. How cool would that be?
You got my vote.
Yeah, I think we have to work on this.
Kickstarter
The
by the
F-
end of the night.
Let's go to the
Yes.
lab.
Now, how old do you need to be president?
30.
That's Robinson.
I think it's 40, 42?
No, it's in the 30s.
30s?
37, I think it is.
Anthony, you could run for president this year. Next year.
Listen.
You
You
don't
can
miss an
write-
election year.
Listen, I'm going to have a birth certificate.
Yeah, but
That's true. Because I have to turn by March, right?
Yes. by
Yeah,
March,
and I don't turn till
Don't worry
October,
about it.
that
Get your
would
birth
be
certificate and let
amazing.
the birthers go crazy about, oh, Anthony doesn't have a birth certificate. No, I did, but now here's a
He
new
was
one.
born in America because he's got an American passport and a European passport. What's this about? Look, hey,
Look,
I didn't
the
wanna
Flying
have to
Crescenzo
rub
Party
it
doesn't concern itself with these trivialities. Yeah.
We don't have to deal with your accusations.
No.
We're flying crescendos, all right?
And all you have to do is promise everybody free stuff.
That's it.
We're gonna have a chicken in every pot. We're gonna everybody's
time now.
everybody's gonna own a house.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a house. We're just gonna raid the banks and give everybody houses and apartments
I'll vote for
free.
you.
We're gonna give everybody free
I'm
weed.
bring, FDR back from the
I'll
dead.
definitely
We're gonna
vote
have
for you
another
now.
new deal. Everyone's gonna get government jobs.
Free weed. We're gonna legalize all drugs. We're gonna make abortion mandatory.
Whoa.
We're gonna make it mandatory.
I'll make it legal, but mandatory. That's all.
She's like, hey, I'm pregnant.
You will get
we gotta
people-
go to the
Like,
doctor.
I'm
What's this
pregnant.
for us?
Not no more. Whoa. I wanted to have this kid. Yeah, I'm not sure he
Well,
did.
there's government subsidies if we get rid of the kids, so let's just get rid of it.
More stuff.
Yeah. Machine guns on the border, not the wall. Machine guns. We're gonna mine the Rio.
Giant mounted big machine guns. What are
Yes.
those called? The ones that have like the chain, like bullets?
Gatling guns?
No,
Gatling guns.
No,
Yeah.
we're gonna a minigun. We're gonna put
Miniguns.
miniguns and 20 millimeter miniguns and 50 caliber machine guns.
But in Texas and Louisiana, we're gonna not Texas, New Mexico and Louisiana for their borders. We're actually gonna turn it around this way. It shoots the citizens.
Oh,
Louisiana doesn't have a
you know what? Ant? It's your party. It's a great idea.
Louisiana doesn't have a border.
We-
Maybe shoot Texas.
No, I'm not sure. There's too many voters.
State
in
rights.
Texas.
Yes,
we're
there are.
going to push state rights. If anybody comes over your state border, kill them.
I tell you what.
And if you've been abducted by an alien, we will take you seriously.
There you go. I
Play
think
that in Florida.
you got to. Anthony's got a. I think he's got a great platform.
I think we're ready.
Florida,
You got my vote.
New Mexico, Arizona.
If you have to leave
Not
early,
Texas.
just go ahead.
Monday is free macaroni day.
Wednesday.
No, well,
Anthony.
but it's Anthony. He's going to make it Monday.
He'll bring back Prince Spaghetti Day.
That's right, because you got to make the sauce on Sunday, but it's always better the next day. So it's got to be Monday.
Reheat it Monday in a big vat for the entire state of New Mexico.
The whole country's going to smell like garlic and olive oil.
It's gonna smell like garlic and olive oil, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, can I get some more of that sauce?" Whoa, that's gravy.
Yeah,
You
you
call that sauce?
That's right.
Where
There's
you
meatballs
from?
in there. What's wrong with you?
It's meatballs in his gravy.
That's right. Oh, that's awesome. Well,
I'm gonna be a really good candidate.
free schooling, free education, free daycare.
You know,
Free
Jason Scoop
food.
is gonna be really upset that he has that tattoo now. He's gonna be like, "Oh my God, I could have had an FC on my arm."
Scoop is the guy that has the Trump tattoo on his arm.
He already got it. Wait, somebody already got a Trump
Crescendo
tattoo.
20.
Oh, Scoop had it. Yeah, he had it. He went to Trump Tower when Trump was giving his first press conference. Somebody paid him to get the tattoo, so he's got Trump 2016 on his arm.
That's like the guy who went out before the NFC Championship game and got the Arizona Cardinals Super Bowl 50 tattoo on. I saw that online, and I was like, they didn't even make it to the Super. You could be as loyal of a fan as you want, but they didn't even make it yet.
Tattooing
What
it
are you
is
doing?
not going to make it happen.
That's permanent.
That's awesome.
Wait a week. Just one more week.
So,
Do it in henna.
Yeah, exactly. You can wash it off in a week.
this brings us to our second commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at, what's the address?
595
That's right.
Morris Avenue in beautiful Uptown,
Uptown.
Springfield, New Jersey.
Yes.
Moments away from Short Hills, New Jersey.
That
Literally
close.
And our phone number here is 973-376-3840 for tickets. And if you want to look at our website, you just go to thecomedycove.com. All our schedules are up there about our schools, about our new talent nights, our competition nights, and most importantly, about our Friday and Saturday night shows.
And how much are tickets?
Tickets are generally $20, sometimes a little bit more.
And do we have any special events coming up?
We have Kevin Meaney coming up on the April. Yeah, right?
Kevin Meaney's good.
Yeah, he's great. April 29th and April 30th.
Okay.
He'll be here. And then further down the line in our schedule, we have Rich Voss coming in. We have Bobby Collins coming. We have a bunch of stuff. And I have a few more surprises I'm going to throw in there.
Did we get the GG?
No,
Didn't get him
but I
yet.
think we will. I think it's going to be that super weekend with Bobby Collins.
Oh, wow. All right.
So,
So,
here we are. And this
what's the
weekend
phone
is
number?
973-376-3840. This weekend is Leanne Lord. She's absolutely wonderful. And she's pretty to look at, too.
No. Yes, she is.
Yeah.
And I won't be here at all this weekend.
That's right.
You will. You're here Friday?
He's here Friday, and Larry Goldberg is here on Saturday.
That's right. And then just
That's my girlfriend.
just to be a little self-promoting on our own, for our own, this Saturday you can catch Anthony and me and Mad Dog Jenkins. And now you guys seem to know more about who's on the lineup than.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. Oh, I thought you did.
No.
Dan DiMarino?
I don't know if I found out just a couple minutes ago that you guys were going to be doing this with Swift, right? With Jonathan Swift.
For Swifty's birthday. Jonathan Swift's birthday up in Middletown at Big Mama's. You can come.
We're back at Big Mama's.
Yeah, we're back at Big Mama's. I think he sorted it out.
Jonathan Swift is turning 50, right?
Yes.
Again. Apparently, can happen at least 2 or 3 times in your life.
Yeah, but Jonathan Swift is an African American, so you actually have to multiply that by 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
He's
crack.
100.
Yeah,
He's
turning
100. And his mother is about 300 years old.
She's like Yoda at this point.
She is actually like Yoda, a really tan Yoda.
All right,
John's mama looks like an avocado that's overripe. And I love the woman. She's a nice lady. But she is like an old avocado.
I love John's mom. She when I was living in Manhattan, she wanted me to move into the apartment building that she owns.
Oh, no.
So she wants me to move into the apartment building, and she offered me a rented apartment that was bigger than what I was living in for like half the price. It was in the hybrid section of the Bronx.
It's in Ogden.
No.
On Ogden. Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
Like, I love her to death, but I was like, you have any idea? The only reason that I have an apartment in Manhattan is because I work in Manhattan, and it's only a 20-minute commute. If I come up here, this is what I said. If I come up here, it's going to be over a half an hour, and then it's a half an hour back. It's just too much.
And the odds of me getting stabbed at some point late on a weekend night go up exponentially.
It's like an old 70s movie where the do-gooder moves into the, repressed neighborhood and ends up getting beaten and stabbed, and then they got to call their uncle, who's an ex-SEAL, who comes in and blows away the whole gang.
Yeah, this is Charles Bronson.
You would think that the whole reason is you would think that the whole reason is because I'm afraid of getting stabbed over there. But I lived like 2 blocks away from Central Park. So Central Park, you can't go jogging in there. You definitely get stabbed over there. No, you probably get raped.
Anthony doesn't go. Anthony doesn't go anywhere with a bulletproof vest. He goes everywhere with a cork in his butt. Oh.
John's trying to rewrite my jokes.
That's a good
line.
That's a better line than condom in your butt.
That means you're waiting for it.
That means, this means you don't want it to happen at all. The other says, the way Anthony's looking at it is, it's going to happen, I'm just going to be safe.
I would rather be safe than HIV positive, which is actually a good policy at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'd rather have the cork there to prevent it completely.
Completely.
Now, Epple used that line. Rob Epple wrote a new joke.
I'm gassy. That cork's going to come out pretty quickly.
You could take it out and just bleed the
put a bleeder valve on it.
Just slowly, and then just put the cork back in.
Now, Epple had a joke he wrote where he says everyone messes up his name. So he says, ladies and gentlemen, Ray Apple. And so he tells the guy, listen, my name is Rob Epple, Rob Epple, Rob Epple, Rob Epple. The next time he intros the guy, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, Rob Epple, Rob Epple, Rob Epple, Rob Epple. He said it got a huge hit. It was like
Sunday night.
Oh, and it worked. Yeah, he was happy with that. So, last story.
Sunday night that looked exactly like a young Chris Rock.
Wow.
Kid got up on stage first time, did about 6-8 minutes, and not bad. I was shocked.
Yeah, you first timers though, if you got a little inkling of talent, that first time is usually really good.
Your eyes get wide,
and then
it's different.
And then the next time, pull up. you drill that one into its turf.
But he was uncanny the way he looked like Chris Rock.
Cool. So we have a last story here, folks, and the last story of the evening has to do with. Anthony, you can frame it up for us. What happened with Kanye's ex?
Okay. So Amber Rose.
Now, Google this because you need to see what a circus freak she truly is.
No, she doesn't look bad.
Look her up without makeup. That changes. Look her up with and without makeup. Changes the whole paradigm.
Amber Rose, who is a former burlesque dancer.
She's a stripper.
She's a former stripper. She wound up getting into modeling, acting, and she also has like her own fashion line apparently. So here's the real story. Amber Rose found out about a story
you
from
see what
Toronto,
I'm saying?
Just shoot me.
where there was an abundance of women who were sexually assaulted on their campus.
At a school in Toronto?
Yeah, at a school in Toronto. This is where this whole thing started. So they were all sexually assaulted on campus at different points, and everything was gone through the legal channels. The guys went in, they got in trouble.
Are you serious?
But at a rally, the security staff publicly told all the women at the college, if you want to stop being sexually assaulted,
you should stop looking like whores.
They actually said stop dressing like sluts. That's exactly what they said in public at a college in Toronto.
Well, it's Toronto. They can say that there. They're still
like a slut, eh?
They're actually realistic.
It's like, how do we say this and be nice, but still, like, they were trying to keep people safe, but at the same point, you can't say things like that, even if you're handing out donuts.
Stop dressing like a slut, I'll buy you a Molson, eh?
Yeah, exactly. It's just not appropriate.
Interesting fact about Toronto, highest concentrations of Italians outside of Italy in the world.
Really? In Toronto?
Yep. Yeah. More Italians in Toronto than there are in the United States, possibly Italy. Yeah. You know what it is? When they were leaving Italy to come to the New World, right? They says, where do we want to go? Hey, let's go to Toronto. Because
It rolls.
it sounds familiar to them. Because isn't there a Toronto in Italy?
Torino.
Torino, well, like a Toronto, but a Torino. New Torino is a Toronto.
It's the new world.
It's the new world.
Yeah, things that come out of your mouth are incredible.
Oh, okay, Tobo. You tell me.
That's what I was like, it's an old joke. Why are you telling an old joke?
What's the word?
Which, by the way, that old joke is
To
what passed me
Boston.
the comic strip in the
No.
first
To New
place.
York.
No.
For the real thing.
For the
Regardless,
Italian
whatever
word.
it is.
What?
The one he flips all the time. The Italian word.
Oh, buona fortuna.
So anyway, about
Nothing gets
this.
forgotten.
Buona fortunato.
Fortunato.
Fortuna.
Okay. This is a tremendous
What would you
inside
do,
joke.
Fortuna?
This is a wonderful inside joke that has been going on since New Year's. Anyway.
Make mayo. That's what I do for tuna.
So they have to have a anti-slut shaming rally in Los Angeles afterwards, which is run by Amber Rose.
Slow down.
Whoa.
Slow down.
Wait.
These
We need to connect these
geniuses,
dots.
we need to connect the dots here. So these, how can I call them? Intellectual women. Is that the best way to go about this?
Nice.
Intellectuals, okay. These large-breasted, scantily clad intellectual women decided something happened in Toronto, so we're going to hold a rally
In a
in Los
different
Angeles. in a completely new... Brilliant.
The reason is that she is based in Los Angeles,
Yes.
so it's her organization
Right.
is what's running this rally. Now, the rally actually became a parade. So it's a parade of, yes.
How many sexual assaults during the parade? That's what I want to know. Because it's LA.
Well,
it happens all the time.
Understandably,
You ought to do it during the Puerto Rican Day
Sexual assault,
Parade.
Sexual assault in LA is actually called consensual sex.
very true, actually. It's actually called
Hence the need for mandatory abortion.
That's all it is. It's casting.
Yeah, all of them ended up in some kind of episode of what was it called?
Backroom
Walking Dead.
casting couch.
The Walking Dead was too highbrow for them.
They wound up in Bang Brothers Productions down in Miami. It's a whole thing.
Yes.
So anyway, Amber Rose goes on a bunch of talk shows this week.
You won't get paid
talk
today.
about
We'll
this,
forward a check.
to talk about this rally that she's been producing that turned into a parade over the years, and that the girls still come out, and it's just to get the awareness up that. Okay, I hate saying it this
Basically,
way.
it's the
I'm gonna
Gay
put myself
Pride
into-
Parade in Los Angeles.
No, it's not.
It's the Rape Pride Parade.
No,
It's a little different.
it's to empower women and to say that these women should not have to change the way that they're dressing.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's like, why are you shaming the victims here?
Agreed.
When realistically, like, yeah, okay, granted, could
Not
they,
a slut, Gene.
Look, for her to run an anti-slut shaming like rally,
First of all, that's at the picture you're looking at is at a beach in the water.
Not a
she
slut,
made-
Gene.
She made a career.
Nightclub.
She made
Not
a
a
career
slut.
out of being a slut. So how can she say don't slut shame? You made
Yeah,
a career out of
not
being
a slut. Not a slut.
Yeah, but
No.
that's not shaming.
No.
She wasn't raped over these types of things. And
Agreed.
And no
No,
one's going up on
it
stage.
wasn't. It wasn't this type of thing she was raped over.
This is red carpet.
It's the fact she was running around naked at some party at the Playboy.
Yeah,
Mansion.
yeah.
That's why she
The
got
fact
raped.
that she couldn't pay her Coke bill, her dealer was like, "Well, we're going to take this out in trade."
No, I agree that.
If I had that option, Gene, I'd still be on Coke.
The look on your face just now was priceless.
Because I hate it when he wants me to bring in real stories.
That's a
instead of,
great
like,
story,
going into
dude.
story.
It is a great
What's
story.
the moral message here, Anthony?
What's
I
the
already
moral?
said the moral message.
Which is, please express your moral message.
What she's saying is stop shaming the victims.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, there you go. See, there you have it.
That was it.
Now I
I
don't.
went all the side.
Now, the
Stuff.
fact that they gave legitimate advice to young women as to prevent sexual assault,
I
and
think they should stop wearing hot pants, but that's just me.
Where'd that come from?
Anthony, what are you
Hot
saying?
pants
You saying
have-
hot pants? Are you saying my hot pants are turning you? Do I have to leave?
hot pants haven't been relevant since 1975.
You know your age now.
Daisy Dukes, my friend. I mean, what the?
What
Sometimes
would you call booty choker shorts?
exactly that. Booty shorts. Booty.
Yeah, but now they're going back to being called hot pants again.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
No. Booty.
We're regressing
Next
as a
thing you know, I
culture.
will be back.
Gorilla Nagel.
Here's the point.
Looking at the shorts.
They took legitimate advice given with no sugarcoating You don't want to get raped? Don't look rapeable. Okay? That's basically all they said. And everybody went, oh, you can't blame the victim. No, we weren't blaming anybody. We're just telling you, don't look like a whore and you won't get attacked.
Safeguard yourself. Lock the front door and nobody comes into the house.
Yeah, nobody who's ever been wearing burlap got raped because of the way they looked.
And I know because there's 3 of them in the basement right now.
That's right. They're in burlap. They're chaining my wall. No, that's Ed Ruffalo's joke. Sorry, can't do that. Can't do that. But
You just did.
I did.
Cat's out of the bag. The burlap bag.
That's just crazy, man. The cat's out of the burlap bag. That's awesome. Because that's where you want to keep your cat, in a burlap bag. Just before you throw it in a river.
Exactly. Now you're talking. He's got cats.
Yeah. Listen, deny the rape culture, but animal cruelty, all for it.
Unbelievable.
You're a horrible PETA representative.
I would never harm an animal. That's actually one thing that I'm very passionate. I would never hurt an animal. People,
cows, on the other hand, I will eat them day and night.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in a steakhouse for crying out loud.
Yeah, exactly.
And bacon is delicious.
I'm going downstairs getting a ribeye as soon as we're done.
You know, to quote Samuel Jackson, sewer rat may taste like pumpkin pie, but I'll never know because I won't eat the dirty animal.
Dirty rat.
No, he called it something else.
I just went with that.
Okay.
Because that's what we are.
Well, guys, that concludes our show. That concludes our show, guys. We had a lot of fun with Dave Saitzyk. He was Dave. Exactly, what is the right way to say your name? Because apparently there's a lot of
That's it.
Saitzyk.
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 That's
You'd be
right.
surprised. My parents still say it wrong. They call me down. They're like, Dave Saitzyk, because I got to use like the whole name to get me downstairs. But, you know, I don't even live with my parents anymore. But they still say Dave Saitzyk, and I come running down the staircase. No. They moved and they yell for me, and I just come running down the stairs because I have to.
Well, that concludes. I thank you so much for coming out, sir. Very nice to have you here tonight.
Thank you very much, Gene. Anthony.
Boy,
Always good to see you. I'll see you this weekend.
Yes, I will.
You plugging anything?
Next question.
No. We're not plugging nothing and nobody.
Don't you have something going on at Levity?
Actually, we have a show next Friday. What is that? The 26th?
Okay.
Slaughter Stand Up, the comedy show that we do at Characters in Sloatsburg.
Okay.
We're producing a show this coming Friday. We have Jesse Martin, who's going to be headlining the show.
I know Jesse, that liberal socialist.
Yeah, exactly. He and I aren't going to talk any politics, but I will laugh at his jokes. He's got a laugh like Ricky Ricardo. I don't know if you've ever heard him before.
He shaved his head. Now I can't call him buckwheat anymore.
He used to have those great dreads.
Yes.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's going to be doing a spot on that. And then March 30th, I will be back at Levity Live with the next Mic'd Up. It's going to be great. So that's pretty much it.
Groovy.
My big plugs.
Gene, anything?
This weekend, Leanne Lord.
Anthony.
Go check out my Instagram account, my Facebook account. I'm having a problem with my Snapchat account, but go to it anyway.
Are we plugging social media? I didn't know we were doing
Go
that.
ahead.
No, keep going, because I don't have any. I'm not.
And go check out my podcast tomorrow, which is Pucks and Balls.
That's right. And guys, please check out my website at www.jhcomedy.com. I'm Johnny Hollywood saying goodnight for this week.
Gene, good night, everybody. Have a great week.
I already plugged my stuff, bye.
Bye-bye.
That was fun.
Yeah, it went fast.
Seriously.
It's going through.
Do we record, what, an hour?
Hour.
Wow.
Gene! You son of a...
You really gotta start remembering this. It's like every week.
Did you stop the...
Yeah, I stopped the recording.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah, that was interesting. Could you figure out where the...
We are tangled downhill. What is going on?
Cool.
I tried to warn you.
No, it's okay. This was still on, and this was still on. So we've got 3 separate footage sources.
Can you drop the mics?
Thank you. See like a flicker.